Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to, this is a witchy reading today. It doesn't need to be Wednesday for it to be witchy. So we are going to be doing a practical magic spread. So this spread is not one that I created, so I want to give credit where credit is due. This was created by Kiki's Cauldron on Tumblr. And so I was just kind of cruising around Pinterest last night and I was like, oh my God, this is such a cute spread. And it's called Practical Magic. And so what it does is it breaks down the characters of the movie. And, you know, we're going to go into some Oracle and Tarot just to kind of see what you need to know in all of those departments. So just take what resonates for you, you guys, and get rid of anything that doesn't. And my two newest Organites are from Michelle from Wing and Bell. I'll put her shop down below. But she has created these Hey Boo Organites. Look at how cute those are. They're ghosts and they have all kinds of different stones in there. Super duper cute. So anyways, you guys, let's jump into the reading. We're only going to use 3 decks here today. So we're going to keep it nice and simple, but of course we're going to use the Practical Magic Oracle for the Practical Magic Tarot spread. All right, let's start. So the very first thing that we're going to go into is Sally Owens. Okay, so she was played by Sandra Bullock in the movie. So we're going to see your practical side or where you need to be more responsible. Okay, so kind of like earth energy, because you know how Sally, she was more grounded and down to earth, and Jillian was more just, you know, living her life and free. So let's take a look and see what is your down to earth energy. What is this? What card wants to represent this energy at this time in your life? Let's look. What's your down to earth energy? Oh, we have Rest and Restore, Rockabye. Look at how beautiful this deck is. I just love it so much. So this is talking about maybe right now your body does need some sort of rest, or you just need to take time to restore it. Now you can restore it by doing happy things for your body, such as rehydrating it, shifting your diet, eating more wholesome foods, etc. That's something that I am doing right now. There's a lot of things that I'm learning about my body right now where I'm just like, gosh, you know, I've been having certain issues for years, and just tweaking a little bit here and there with the foods that I'm eating have made a world of difference. So sometimes that can be just loving ourselves. Rockabye, it's like rockabye baby, kind of baby in a nurturing and taking care of yourself. So this is indicating here that either you're really good at this or you need to take more practical care of your physical body and your physical needs, and make sure that you're not spreading yourself too thin. So this deck right here is called the Secret Woods Oracle. Just felt like this would be a great one to tap into as well. So let's go ahead and get another energy here for Earth. We have ally, be present in another's life. Okay, I'm already understanding this. Some of you guys might be caretakers, or you might be the kind of person that people come to for advice. It's so funny, before starting this reading, I was thinking about an old friend of mine, no bad falling out or anything. We just lost touch. And I was thinking that, you know, we just lost touch. It was just kind of a natural thing. And I was thinking to myself, the role that I played in her life was very much, you know, the advice giver. I'm a tarot card reader. Come on. You know, a lot of people come to me for advice. And so she was going through, you know, just some love problem, romantic issues with a particular guy she is now still with. But, you know, it was very problematic at that time. And so she needed a lot of my advice and a lot of my time and attention, which I gave it to her. And we just kind of fell apart because they came back together. And, you know, I'm not trying to say like, you know, she doesn't need me anymore, but that's just kind of the way that it goes. But that's been my role pretty much my entire life with people, which is why I have to put up really strong boundaries. I don't read tarot cards anymore for family and friends. There's a reason for that. You know, there's just certain things that I need to do to take care of my well-being. So You can be an ally and you can be there for people, but you have to get to a point where you realize, is this something that's draining me, or am I giving too much of myself and not really getting replenished or taking care of myself in return? So I feel like that's why this ally came through and why I had that vision before I started that dream, because some of you guys might just be empaths, so you always want to listen. You might just really want to help. You have a very giving nature, but are you taking care of yourself? Because this is kind of a cutthroat statement, but it's absolutely true. No one's going to take care of you but you. You know, sometimes we think people are going to notice when we're stumbling or when we're really falling and when we need help. Sometimes people do notice, but most of the time, you guys, you're going to be sitting there screaming in a room and no one's going to hear you. Okay, so it's time to start showing up for yourself is what I'm getting here. And it's very like practical and logical, rational thinking. You know, if you don't restore what you've depleted, you're going to constantly be running on empty and you're going to make yourself sick. And sometimes that sickness can show up in the form of resentment, being angry, and you don't even know why. And it's because perhaps you're giving too much of yourself and you're not really expecting anything in return. So, you know, I've had to learn over the years that there's just certain things that I won't even go into because I already know how it's going to go, right? I already know that that's a rabbit hole, or it's one of my weaknesses that I'm not going to be able to hold healthy boundaries. So I just avoid the motherfucker altogether. Okay. So sometimes that just means, sometimes the word no and no thanks is taking care of you. All right, that's a form of self-love and self-care. This right here is called the Trick or Treat Tarot. Such a cool deck. Let's see what else we need to know here. Oh my gosh, you guys, you know, if you watch my readings, that the Ace of Cups for me is the card of self-love. Now, it's not the only thing that it means, but in this particular reading right now, yes, you got to fill your own cup before you can really be good for anyone else. And so if you're finding that the relationships around you are just kind of crummy, or they're falling apart, or they're just not really fulfilling, try filling your own cup first. Try starting there, and that will begin to shift the vibration of all of the love that's around you. If you can show up for yourself and you can improve that relationship, all of the other relationships in your life will start to improve. And sometimes that even includes certain ones falling away. It doesn't have to be a bad thing when people lose touch. It just means the vibration is shifting. That's it. I love it. So that is the Sally Owens message here today, where we can be more responsible, which is taking care of our own needs. Instead of expecting that maybe people are going to know how to treat us. Now, sometimes you got to treat people how to treat you, and sometimes that means the word no. So now we go into Gillian Owens, which is your wild side, or where you can remove control or inhibitions. So let's look at this energy. All right, what's our Gillian Owens message about being more inhibited or uninhibited, yes, and being just more wild, perhaps, living our lives? Let's look at this energy. Ooh, we have charming. So this to me reminds me of Prince Charming. It does say be kind, okay? I feel for maybe some of you guys, you've probably been burned in the past, or maybe there's just been certain suitors, people that have come in and they haven't represented, like people haven't represented who they said they were, etc. So this could have left a really bad taste in your mouth. What I'm getting here is not everybody is cruel. Not everybody is out to get you or hurt you. If you live your life under that lens, you're never going to live. Of course, you do need to be smart, and you do need to pay attention to your past experiences. You need to pay attention to that gut instinct that goes, you know what? This kind of reminds me of this. That's there for a reason. But you kind of realize when you're too jaded. You're too jaded to even give anybody new a chance. You just kind of assume that the world is fucked and that everybody sucks, you know? And that's not the case. So when you live your life under that lens, you're going to be in this armor constantly, and you're not really going to live your life. I literally know people like this. They are so jaded that they will never, say never, they just don't appear at this time in their lives to be open to anything. So nothing new is happening for them. and they're quite miserable. Okay, these are people that are close to me, that I care about, and it's really hard to watch. But everybody has to go through their own stuff, and our experiences can either ruin us or it can awaken us and kind of age us like fine wine, right? So let's go ahead and see what this is. So don't let your past experiences, especially in love, cause you to put on this armor now to where nothing can penetrate you, nothing can get in, because that's no way to live. Yep. So this seer here, this owl, is just the wisdom. Take the wisdom of these experiences, you guys. Take the wisdom, but the wisdom does not mean that now you're going to be a cold, hard person in armor to say no to everything. So it's kind of interesting the way we were just talking about holding healthy boundaries and taking care of yourself, but not to a point where you're blocking everything out, because that's not balanced. And life literally is not... It's not enjoyable unless it's balanced. It really isn't. So the key is balance here. But it says, seer, quiet your mind. Your body needs you. Your body needs you. I'm almost getting to, well, I'm not almost, I'm also getting to that some of you guys have trapped trauma in your body. Okay. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. You know, I can't help you in that area. But if some of you guys have experienced some sort of emotional or even physical trauma, have some sort of PTSD, it might be time to seek out someone that can help you, like either a professional, or start to work some sort of a program that goes into healing or retrieving some sort of trauma. So that way you can start to transmute this energy and move it through you. Okay. Move it through, move it on its way, you know, because there could be something that's now causing you to feel just very trapped or very low vibrational right now. The rabbit to me is very soft, docile, very kind, very gentle, very sensitive. And so I feel like you guys are very sensitive individuals as it is. So whatever this energy is, it's almost like overstimulation. It's like I have so much anxiety now, I can't even go into public places, or I can't have this conversation. I'm avoiding because I can't handle anything now. Something has kind of gotten so strong that it's like now in your energy field, and it's creating some sort of a muck. It's creating a problem here. It's creating chaos. So whatever you're sensitive to, whatever's triggering you, it's not about avoiding it. It's not necessarily about saying no to everything that bothers you, even though I know I just said that. It's about kind of looking at it and going, discerning. That's the point. That's the key. I'm going to discern whether or not this is something that's for me or something that has to teach me something. Now, that doesn't mean you have to accept crappy behavior or people's abuse because you need to learn something. It just indicates here that we've got to know the difference between, are we running away, or are we really just done with this type of this lesson? Are we really done with this type of energy? So I feel like some of you guys are kind of tossing maybe something around right now and trying to figure out, is something now preventing me from living my best life? Is there something that's keeping me in fear and low vibrational energy? Or is this something here where I'm just like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this BS. I'm done with this lesson. And I do know the difference. I didn't for a long time, but I know the difference now. When I'm done with something, I'm done. And I know it's not coming from ego. It's literally coming from a place of, you know what? I'm crystal clear. And maybe I had to go through this 5 or 6 times, but now I'm more crystal clear than ever that I'm done with this situation. I'm done with this cycle. I'm ready to move on. And that's a karmic cycle closing. That's a lesson completing itself. So you're going to know the difference. So if you're still kind of feeling like, I just don't know, lean into it. Lean into the energy. Explore the energy. Figure out why something triggers you. Figure out why you're still so affected. There's some kind of wisdom for you, or something that you still need to see, which is why you might still be wrapped up in something. So how is this relating to Gillian Owens? There is something that's preventing us at this point from maybe opening ourselves up to new adventures and to new and amazing things. Maybe some past pain or trauma that really needs to be examined, or something that just needs to be moved through, like a cycle closing. Ooh, Three of Swords. Yeah, so the Three of Swords is painful. It's pain in the heart. So the heart chakra, heart being broken, heart being betrayed, stabbed in the back, anything like that. This could also be third-party energies where we're now afraid that everyone is going to lie, everybody's going to cheat. The only good people the only good people out there are already taken. It's that kind of a mindset. And this mindset needs to be obliterated. This mindset needs to be shifted, because that's definitely not true. The world is a big place, okay? There's a lot of people in the world. And yes, of course, there are specific people that you're going to feel very strong connection to. You can't explain it. You don't know why. Yes, there are special connections out there. But what I'm trying to say is that if you are looking for a new suitor, you're looking for new love, it doesn't mean that all the good ones are taken. The world is a big place. It is. So it's about kind of seeing the truth, seeing through some of the narratives that we've built up in our heads, seeing the trauma that's still perhaps, affecting our lives, the old tapes that are still running that we need to eject. This energy is here. So this is just telling us that there's something that might be controlling our lives still, that's preventing us from being able to be happy. So whatever that is, this is a big collective. It's going to be different for everybody. I'm getting here. It's food for thought for you to take today. What is that? What tape do I need to eject? What do I need to focus on? What pain do I need to move through? What do I need to work on? Because that seems to be standing in the way of your happiness, especially when it comes to love. And it's not just romantic love. It could be just love in all departments, friendships, family, etc. All right, now we're going to go into Maria Owens. What is the magic in your DNA that has been with you and your family for generations? Interesting. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, we have take action. So there's strong energy here. So this right here, this is yellow. So this is the solar plexus chakra. And I relate the solar plexus chakra to you guys, to your life purpose and your mission. So what I'm getting here is that you're a family of magicians. You're a family, it's in your bloodline, your family line of magicians, wizards, witches, definitely coming through here. And it's like you're supposed to take action in this particular life on this energy. That doesn't mean that it needs to look like it did for them, but you're living some sort of magical life. Like you're attracted to magic, you're attracted to the just energy, you're attracted to some sort of spiritual path for a reason, and you're supposed to take action in this life on your magical abilities, because this is going to really put a lot of things into action for you. So if you feel stuck right now, or if you feel like you don't have any power, this is telling you you need to start taking action in this department to empower yourself, or to do this healing. Because really we can't manifest, it's not that we can't, but really when it comes to drawing things into you, before you do that, you need to clear the slate. So sometimes people come into the magical path, right? And they want to start doing ritual and spell work and stuff, but there's so much that they need to clear, so much debris that they need to clear. So that way, when they start working with the energies of what they want to attract, it's nice. It's a nice flow coming in instead of all that debris. So sometimes when you want something specific, especially if you go to like a professional, person, what they'll do is they will do work with you in order to clear up old wounds before casting that spell to bring something in. So sometimes there's some footwork to do beforehand. So I kind of feel like it's up to you right now. If you are interested in magic, or you're interested in this path, it is telling you to really work on the self and do that healing first. So that way you have a cleaner slate to start to attracting all the things that you want to attract into your life. That's what I'm getting here. That's awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know here. What else is in the DNA? We have dreamer, live your dreams. Ooh, I love this. Okay, so I feel like some of you guys get some sort of information in your dreams. And I'm not just talking about the dreams where, you're in a deep sleep and then you wake up and you're like, wow, that was a crazy dream. No, I'm actually getting here that a lot of your guides speak to you in the middle, like in the night, basically when you're laying down, kind of like when you're just falling asleep, or when you are waking up. There might also be things that you see as well, kind of like, am I dreaming? There's something called hypnopompic and hypnagogic, if I'm saying that correctly. They call them hallucinations. A lot of people, well, not true. Not a lot of people suffer from them, and it can create anxiety, but it's like when you wake up, that's called hypnopompic, and you see something. Sometimes you'll see creatures, spiders, people, things like that. Or when you're going to sleep, there are certain things that you guys might see. And what I'm getting here is that it's a part of your DNA that you're seeing the spirit world. You're seeing another realm here. That's when the veil is the thinnest for you, is when you're in this dreamlike state. So definitely pay attention to that, because I feel like there's something that's being given to you through these visions. There's something being given to you also when you are in a deep dream sleep state. When you wake up, you might have answers. When you wake up, you might say, okay, I dreamt about this particular animal, or I was given this message for a reason, and you take action on those dreams. So, and this is also about whatever you're dreaming about, whatever you've been told is unrealistic, whatever you've been told is not attainable. I'm getting bullshit. You can take action in this life and create anything that you want. So there's some kind of magical ability that you guys have, and it comes from, it's like already in your DNA, that you are this magical creator, this manifester, this freaking magician. I love it. All right, what else? Oh yes, the bats. Okay, first of all, 8 of Wands. That's communication. You are being communicated at night. Okay, so like the moon, especially I'm getting around the full moon for sure. There's some kind of energy here that's coming to you like very, very clear. You're very connected to the moon cycles as well. So that would also be a connection to, being a magical person, living a magical life, living your life, or noticing that your cycles revolve around the moon. It's very interesting. I was just looking this up, and I was looking up, when you have what I guess you would call as a female, a moon cycle. You know what I'm talking about, right? And I was looking at the information, like, why is it that around the full moon, that seems to be when, something happens for me. And then on the new moon seems to be like when I'm ovulating. Very, very interesting. And so I was looking at it, and it's usually flipped, where it's the new moon is when you're menstruating, and then, but that's not for everybody. Like, I was talking to my daughter about this, and she's like, I'm not even on the moon cycle at all. So I thought it was kind of cool for me, because I'm like, wow, when the moon is full, it's like, that's when I'm, crampy and have a headache and this and that. And I want to do all this like magical work and stuff. And it doesn't always work out. But the thing is, we don't always have to do things when the moon is full or the moon is new. This is about your own inner cycle. This is about paying attention to the cycles within. This is about learning how to take kind of the temperature of your own energy, where you're at. And so that's really the only cycle that you need to be following. Because like I said, if it's a full moon and you're sick and you don't feel well, it doesn't mean that you can't do that ritual, a couple of days after, or even somewhere mid-month, because the moon isn't full or the moon isn't in this or that. So try not to get too caught up, I'm getting here, in the cycles or specific ingredients and stones and colors. All those things, of course, can amplify it because you believe it. Like, my candle has to be red. I have to have this particular crystal. Again, the magic is in you. It's really within you. So that's just what I'm getting here for your guys' message, is that try not to get caught up in the stuff. Try not to get caught up in the stuff. The magic is within you, you guys. What you're dreaming about, your dreams, your thoughts, your visions are more powerful than any freaking candle or like candle that you light or stone you're going to hold. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So you're meant to live a magical life, and you're actually meant to take action and move forward on whatever path you guys are currently on. So if you're kind of toying with it and you're like, I'm not sure, I'm actually getting here, it's time for you to illuminate more. Also, the bats are connected to our senses and our intuition. So again, you're a very intuitive person. Maybe take some classes on building your intuition, or taking a tarot card class, or a psychic mediumship class. Whatever this is, you're supposed to take action to build these skills just to give you more of confidence. So even though you have these natural abilities, if you don't feel confident, then it really isn't going to help you. So do things to help you, such as taking a course, reading a book, doing something, practicing more. This will help to continue to build up your magical ability and life. Oh, I love those messages. All right, let's go into Jimmy's ghost. Ooh, Jimmy's ghost. Remember, Jillian had that guy that she was involved with named Jimmy. And in the movie, of course, they poison him and he ends up dying, but then he ends up coming back as a ghost. So this particular one is talking about someone from your past who haunts you. A difficult but valuable lesson. We all have one of those, right? Okay. Let's see what this energy is. Jimmy's ghost. We have transform your life. I love it. And it's number 16. So to me, it's like tower energy connected to the tarot. I feel like someone came into your life and turned it upside down. I really do, with that transform your life. But guess what? From this pain, and this cauldron here, the cauldron is creation. So you were able to create something amazing in your life because of this pain. This draws me back to one of my original sayings, which is make the pain matter. Do something with this opportunity. Don't waste it. Don't allow someone to completely obliterate your soul and break you down for nothing. Make it mean something. Do something amazing. Take that story, take that pain, take that trauma, take that just wisdom from that situation and just make an amazing life, live an amazing life. So death is connected to transformation. And I feel like even in death, even if it's over or they're physically no longer on this plane, this energy is still with you for a reason. If it's haunting you and it's creating a heaviness, okay, this is talking about working more with using things to release and to heal yourself, to transmute that trauma, to release this trauma. But I'm actually getting, for some of you, it's like this person could be an inspiration. So it doesn't have to be a negative haunting. This could be this person's energy is always with you or in your side, or on your side, maybe acting as a muse for you in your creations. I think that that's kind of cool. Somebody was definitely a part of your transformation. We have the shaman. Find your own inner truth. I feel like whatever happened with you and this individual, it did push you to go on the inside. It did. It pushed you to go deeply within yourself, to heal and transform yourself. So I feel like this is definitely a very valuable lesson. This person was very significant in your spiritual either awakening or transformation. So this is about kind of honoring that. Instead of shaming it and hating yourself over it, this is about honoring this situation and realizing that it had something very significant and valuable to teach you. So it's about kind of looking back on that situation with more appreciation than anguish or hate or distaste. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, I love this card. She reminds me of Elvira. First of all, the Nine of Pentacles is one of those cards where you're doing so kick-ass in this life. You're doing so good. You feel so good about yourself. You've built yourself up. You've worked on you. You're independent. You don't necessarily need someone else in order to be happy. You're doing just fine on your own. So if you want to talk about a card in the tarot of working on yourself and being your best self, the Nine of Pentacles is it for me. So this individual, this person really helped you to be a better version of yourself. So that's why I'm saying it's about thanking. And it doesn't mean to pick up the phone and thank this person. That might not be necessary. It might not even be advised. But this is about just that inner knowingness that you're a badass now because of what you went through with this person. Let that marinate. Try that on for size instead because you're a sexy bitch is what I'm seeing. All right. So now we're going to go into Aunt Frances, which is where do you need to find more courage? Okay. Where do you need to find more courage right now? Okay, in your emotions. It says the Lady of Water, feel your emotions. And I was already getting this energy here earlier with that armor. Okay, some of us are afraid. Some of us might feel weak because of these emotions. We might have also been shamed our entire lives for being sensitive. I know I have. I even still get it to this day. You're just overthinking things. You're too sensitive. And I'm not trying to say that that's not the case sometimes because it can be, but it's not the case all the time. You can't say that to me every single fucking time. I'm not just overthinking it. Sometimes I'm dead on and you know it, which is why you're trying to gaslight me right now, you know? So you have to learn, I'm getting here, you have to learn how to discern what you're feeling versus what's really happening, what your intuition is telling you, versus are you just afraid or are you just is this still like a trauma response? What is this? That's why this work needs to be done. We need to get stronger in this department. That's why we need to do the healing and the work so we can trust our intuition, so we can be more magical basically in this life and we can have more success. Because if you're running around with a bunch of trauma, a lot of the things that you respond to or think are trauma based, and a lot of it is delusion and it's not real. But the more that you work on these things and you release a lot of these things, and the stronger that you become, you're going to know, and it's going to be crystal clear what you're feeling versus what's trauma or what's not even your stuff. Because if you're an empath, you might have the ability to take on other people's emotions and you're like reacting for them. It's not even yours and you're taking it on. So this tells me here we need to find more courage to feel our emotions, not feel weakened by our emotions, and to handle or deal with any trauma that we may have endured in this life so far. We have Dancer, flaunt what you love. I love this. This is about not being ashamed. That's just what I'm getting here. If people shame you for being so sensitive or an overthinker, you might have to kind of rethink that situation. Now, that doesn't mean everybody is wrong and you're right. Maybe somebody is really trying to help you, or they're there for a trigger for you to understand something about yourself. But this is an indication here. If you can't be who you are and somebody constantly has a problem because you're emotional or you're sensitive, they have a problem with that, it repels them, they don't want to deal with it, that you're triggering them now, and maybe that's something that they need to work on. So if they can't accept you or they're trying to change you, this is saying you need to dance right out of that situation. Okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let certain people go because you're no longer a match. Okay? You don't have to get with everyone else's program, and they also don't have to get with yours either. Sometimes we're just not a match with people at a particular time. Maybe those friendships or those relationships will transform with time, and some of them will just fall away forever. But we have to be willing to just kind of do the dance. And if it's no longer a dance anymore, if it's just more trauma and it's just more pain than it's worth, if you're not dancing with your friends and family, and it's not about needing to be perfect all the time, but if you're no longer doing the dance and it's just a constant fight, it's telling you something. It's telling you that the energy is off. It's telling you that someone in the situation is not willing to compromise, and that might not be healthy for you to stay in that situation. But sometimes we do need to step aside because maybe we're too emotional, as in we're too much in that trauma response. You know, so if somebody's constantly triggering you and hurting your feelings and you're taking everything personally, and maybe they're not really, doing these things to you, but there's this like constant wound there, that might be also an indicator that let's just take a little bit of a step back or a break until we can kind of get more stabilized in our emotions. Okay? because this is the section of where we need to become stronger in our emotions. So we definitely don't want to be shamed for what we're feeling, but we also need to learn with the vibration. So if you're just kind of not dancing with someone anymore and it's a constant like just headache and nightmare and trauma, it is saying something. But I feel like the main message in this reading is that it's up to the viewer to be discerning on, is this my problem or is this someone else's problem? Is this something that I need to experience? Is there something for me to learn, or is this just bullshit? This is about becoming stronger, so that way you know. So you don't have to waste a lot of time with people. Yeah, Queen of Wands is awesome. Queen of Wands is Aries energy. This is about being headstrong and knowing. If you've ever dealt with an Aries before, I mean, they're very much, they know who they are, very much confident in who they are, very sovereign people, okay? They know who they are. They're not out to kiss your ass. They tell you how it is. And I love Aries because of that. So in the deck, I always see myself as the Queen of Wands, actually. And so I feel, and I do have my Lilith is in Aries. And so I'm very much just who I am. And very dominant, very headstrong. And sometimes it rubs people the wrong way and they don't like it. And so again, if that's not my vibe, if they're not vibing me and I'm not vibing them, no problem. Let's just not even do it. Let's just fade away or fuck off. One of the two. It's fine. So this energy here, I feel it's like we can become stronger, more confident with our emotions. We don't have to allow our wounds and our trauma to take over and rule the show. There's nothing wrong with being the Queen of Cups, but I feel like some of you guys could use a little bit more Queen of Wands in your makeup. Be a little bit more spunky. Be a little bit more, just kind of out there and just, speaking your truth, speaking your mind, and being a little bit more confident. So that's where we can become a little bit more strong and have a little bit more courage, is by invoking the Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands, she's not worried about what people think about her. It doesn't mean doesn't care about anything. She's just not going to allow what other people think of her to define her. That's the difference. She's sovereign. So I feel like that's where we can have more courage. The courage to be ourselves. And if we're not accepted, like I said, fall out or let's do the dance. If you don't want to dance with me, it's no big deal. See you later. It's about no longer being afraid to lose people because you can't be yourself. Okay. But it's also about you taking responsibility for your own emotions and your own issues too, because not everybody has it wrong all the time. Sometimes when shit's falling apart over and over and over again, it might be that the common denominator is ourselves. And so we are going to have to take a look. What is it that I'm creating? Why do I keep recreating this? Why does this thing keep happening to me over and over again? We've got to take responsibility. I know right now we live in a world where it's everybody else's fault. No one wants to take responsibility, but I will never live my life like that. I will never blame other people for my problems. I will most definitely check in with myself. And if I know who I am and I know my shit and I'm dealing with somebody who's just a freaking nightmare, then at least I know, you know what, I did everything I could, but I got to step away now. So that's the energy. Let's now go into Aunt Jet, which is who can teach you more about magic, where you can study witchcraft. So this is interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to come out, so we're just going to let Spirit be our guide with this message here, because I don't think these decks are really set up to tell us something specific like that, but let's check it out. Okay, we do have the owl, okay? We do have the owl. And we have embody forgiveness, crown of stars, and thorns. Ooh, okay. First of all, whenever I see the star in any of my readings, this is divine guidance. So what I'm getting with this is that you will be guided to the right teacher, to the right class, to the right people. So it is about also trusting your own intuition. So it's not like something's just going to fall in your lap today and say, this is it. It could happen, but I feel it's going to be more like your wisdom. Think about that one thing that you were thinking about, a couple weeks ago. This is just an example I'm making up. That right there is your own intuition at work going, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to try that out. I saw that one thing. I'm going to do this, or I'm seeing this. I keep seeing it. Okay, let me try this. So I feel like your own intuition is really going to guide you, as well as the divine is going to guide you towards the right course of action or study when it comes to your craft. I love that peacock here. Performer. Prepare and give it your all. Ooh, this is a physical class, you guys. A physical class. It doesn't have to be for everyone. This is you actually being in front of people, and it might be uncomfortable for you. You might be the kind of person where you just want to do everything from home. I get it. I work from home. Sometimes it's just like, oh God, I got to leave the fucking house. But this is about being with people and interacting with people. This is good because, especially if you want to learn tarot, it will be scary, okay? But this is about you putting yourself out there and performing these things with other people and practicing with other people. So that's why I'm getting here that this has to be some sort of physical class for some of you guys. You're actually physically going to a place and interacting with other people and performing magic, performing rituals, doing hands-on things with a teacher. A teacher is showing you something. And a lot of this stuff is going to be about forgiveness, meaning you're going to be working on. So instead of, let's just say you've gone through a hell of a breakup, okay? This is just an example. And you're like, I want to attract a new person into my life, so I'm going to do this ritual and this spell to attract my soulmate. Wait, this energy is in the way, okay? The old energy needs to be released and transmuted first before you call in that new person. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Magic, we just want to skip the steps and we want to go straight for the fun stuff. But a lot of it has to do with working on ourselves and healing ourselves and fine-tuning ourselves and creating that magical vessel first. So someone's going to help you to get in touch with these things. They're going to maybe even perform acts of service on you. So this could be somebody that's doing energy work with you, hypnosis, Reiki, or someone that is working with you, such as a counselor. There's something that's going to be something that's going to help you to clear the energy for this. Okay, so we have 2 cards that popped out, so we will take it. Ooh, we have the Fool. Love this. And we have the World. Oh my God. That is so cool. I love the way that this showed up, because this is the beginning. This is the end. Someone's going to take you through the whole thing. They're going to take you from start to finish. So I feel like you guys are going to sign up for a class that's a series. You're going to take a series of classes. You're going to start from the beginning and you're going to take it to the finish line. That's what I'm seeing here. Some of you guys might even feel inclined to travel or move or something like that, because the Fool can be about throwing caution to the wind and taking a risk and going for it. And then the World is completing a cycle, or even getting out into the world, traveling the world. So that could be a special message for somebody out there. But this definitely is some kind of a commitment that you're going to make when it comes to your healing or your skills that you want to sharpen in this particular area. So if you're thinking about signing up for a class, it might be that, you step 1 before step 2, step 2 before step 3. I remember when I was taking this like a witchcraft magical class here. This was back in 2019, and it was so fun because it was a series of classes, and so you got this certificate, like a graduation at the very end, and it was so fun. And this thing went on for like a year and a half. It was so cool, and the friendships and the connections, and there is something about being with people and doing things together that you just can't get that same experience when you're just doing it either I mean, you can maybe online, like through video and stuff, but it's not the same in my opinion. And I know not that everybody has the ability to be able to physically do these things, but I just feel for some of you guys out there, if you're wanting to be in an actual physical class, this would be really, really good for you, a very positive experience. But this is about you signing up for something and taking it to the end. Really committing to this practice, really committing to this thing, whatever it is. So that is so cool. So this is the advice for who can teach you more about magic and when can you study witchcraft. This is also someone who might be, this is someone who's not new. This is someone who has either been in an industry or they have been involved in this for a long time. They're seasoned, you guys. So you're not just learning this from somebody that just decided to wake up yesterday and go, hey, I feel like teaching a class. It's not somebody like that. It's someone who is seasoned. And it doesn't mean that like that has no value or meaning, someone that's just starting off. But I'm just getting for the specific message that this is someone who has traveled. This is someone who has learned a lot throughout their lives. They could be a little bit older as well. So that's what we're seeing. All right, now we're going to go into Midnight Margaritas, how to have more fun in your life, something to celebrate. All right, let's see. Oh, this one wanted to fall out, so we will take it. Ooh, we have the Lady of Air, New Beginnings. I love it. This is about trying something new, not being afraid to try something new. So the Fool that just came through, it is about taking a risk, you guys. You are going to have to take some risks to have more fun. That's just the way it's going. It's the way it's going to have to be. Create tricks. Oh, that's such a cute one. Draw from within yourself. So, first of all, create tricks. Yeah, am I saying that right? It's kind of a tongue twister. Creativity, really. You want to create a new life. You want to create something new. You're going to have to put yourself out there for sure. And you're going to have to draw within yourself the strength and the courage to basically do this. Had I not done that back in 2017, when I put myself out here on YouTube, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So we've got to start somewhere, you have to start somewhere. Even though it might be scary, you got to start somewhere. Oh, yeah, the Queen of Cups. I love that we had the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands show up in this reading. The Queen of Cups, Cancer's energy. Cancer's energy is... It's like we feel very comfortable in our home. We might be a homebody. That's what I'm getting here. We might really be a homebody. We might be very sensitive when it comes to other people. Maybe some of you guys even say things such as, I hate people. I do understand that. I really do. Because it's sometimes the way that people are, like a concert, for instance, that to me would be like the most horrible thing ever. Like the loud music and all those people jumping around. I'm like, I don't get why I would be here. I've been in that situation before and I'm like, why the fuck am I here? This is horrible. That's just me, because I have sensory overload issues. There's too much crap going on and I just can't handle it. So sometimes that can cause us to be like, I don't want to try new things. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Our fears are holding us back. Our sensitivities are holding us back. I'm just getting here that if you want to experience more joy or more fun in your life, you're gonna have to get over some of your stuff. You're just gonna have to do it, you guys. You are. I want to go see my family, which I am. So at the beginning of next month, my daughter and I were going to go and see my mom back east. I hate flying with a passion, but guess what? I got to get over it. Okay. Got to get over it. Especially when you're hearing all these things online of like, just so horrible. All these things are happening on planes. Worst anxiety ever for me. And, but guess what? I want to have fun with my family. I want to visit with my brother and my mom and my stepdad and I just want to have fun. And that's the only way, is if I just get over my shit and live my life, right? Yes. The plane could go down in flames or whatever, but at least I'm living my life. That's the message. All right, now we're going to go into the phone tree, the people that you can depend on in your life. Enchant the everyday. I love this. This is people that are in your everyday life. Yep, the people that you can count on the most, you guys, are the people that are still there. I mean, that makes sense. It doesn't mean that friend, because I actually have some friends that I've lost touch with that I know if I picked up the phone today, that it's like no time has gone on, that they would be there for me in an instant. So that doesn't mean that you can't count on anyone except for the people that are in your everyday life. But the thing is, the people that are there for you every day, they're your support system. Okay, they're your support system. It's kind of like seasons change. You know how sometimes the seasons, and then some friends are in certain seasons and certain times in your life, and it's faded away. And even though it's not a bad thing, there's no bad blood there. It's just that you've lost touch. So the people that are in your everyday life are your support system, your backbone in this life. The people that you can, rely on and count on in pretty much, every situation. So you know who those people are. We have wisher, pray, receive, and give thanks. Okay, love this. It's like ask and you shall receive. There, you guys might have a specific person where you can count on them. You can count on them. So my go-tos, just personally speaking for myself, obviously my husband, Mr. Moon. If I'm in a jam, I know I'm going to be rescued. That's the amazing thing. It's a lovely feeling. It's amazing. It doesn't mean that he can meet all of my needs, but it just means that if I'm in a do or die situation, I know that guy, he is going to rescue me. It's a really great feeling. My daughter would be my go-to for my emotional support. Somebody that I know that would be there for me and listen. So those are my two ride or dies. Now, I'm not saying I don't have other ride or dies in my life, but those are just the two most important every day. I talk to them and deal with them almost every single day. Well, Mr. Moon every day, and then my daughter almost every day. So those are my ride or dies, you see? So you guys know who you can rely on. You guys know, and you don't need a bunch of people in your life in order to feel, like you can rely on someone. Just one or two, even just one person, that's enough. Knight of Swords, Gemini. Oh my God, this is so cool for me, and I'm going to tell you why. My daughter's birthday is on June 7th, and Mr. Moon's is on June 6th. So they're 2 days apart, and they're both Geminis. Yes, my life is full of freaking Geminis, and Knight of Swords is Gemini. But it's like, your wish is my command. Not true. Mr. Moon doesn't always give me what I want, which is one of the reasons that I adore him, because if he gave me everything that I wanted, I would probably be bored. This Sagittarius cannot have everything that she wants because she will get bored. So that keeps me on my toes, mentally stimulated, Gemini, Mercury energy all the way. It's very, very good. So I feel like the people that motivate you, the people that push you, the people that don't always tell you what you want to hear, and they don't, I'll tell you that right now, they piss me off a lot, but they challenge you. They challenge you and motivate you to keep improving as a person, to keep doing things that are going to improve your quality of life. They're not going to just lay down and give you like, your wish is my command. Sometimes they'll do it and other times they won't. Those are the people that you want in your life. You don't want people in your life that are going to enable you and just kiss your ass and go along with everything that you want. It's just not going to be good for you in the end. So I really like that message, and I love how Spirit's using me today for a lot of these messages. All right, the last one is plant roses and lavender for good luck. So where there is luck and love in your life. So let's look at this energy. There's actually one more, but I'm not going to use it because it's Halloween. We're not in Halloween yet, so we're not going to use that one. This is the last one. Where is there luck and love in your life? Or where might be luck is going to change in your love life. Let's see. Hey, it's the outside of this one. Oh, okay. So forgiveness is a theme here. Forgiveness is a theme. And I feel like it has a lot to do with what you guys want to create in your life. If you want to create something in your life, you're going to have to clear up some old energy that's kind of, like I said, mucking up your energy field. It's jamming your frequencies. So something needs to be released. So maybe before you start trying to like manifest certain things in, it might be that you need to release certain things. You need to do some rituals that release certain energies from your life. That way you're clearing the slate, you're clearing the energy field, and those vibrations of what you want can actually find you a lot easier, and things will be better. Somebody might also ask for your forgiveness, you guys. Somebody might come back and apologize to you. That could be in your energy field. Maybe you're getting a lot of messages that someone wants to come back into your life. It could be an old friend or even an ex or something. They want to make amends with you. I'm picking that up as well. Mystic. Well, my name's Mystic. Maybe there's somebody from my past that wants to say they're sorry to me. I'd be open to it. All right, we have govern your own soul. Ooh, I love that. Govern your own soul. So I love this little world in this glass thing. That is so freaking cool. So this to me is about you being in control of your own happiness. It would be wonderful. It would be wonderful if there's someone in your past that, let's just say, really hurt you, and you would love nothing more than to hear from this person to just say, I'm sorry. It would maybe release you from something or just confirm something for you. But without it, you can still live a good life. Wouldn't it be great? It would. But you can still live a good life without that. So I just feel like that govern your own soul. You're the governor of your own world, the governor of your old soul or your own soul. And you can put something out into the universe. And even if it never happens, you guys, it doesn't mean that you can't move past the energy. Because sometimes we might want people to come back. We might even, cast a ritual or do a spell for someone to return. If they do not, that doesn't mean that your wish isn't being granted. It just means that it's not perhaps meant to be in the form that you think. Maybe it's just going to be a message that you get from your higher self, a telepathic message from this person because they can't physically come forward, So this is about creating your own closure when it comes to wounds or people that you really want to apologize to you. It's about creating your own closure. And I think that that's beautiful. And I've had to do that with a person in my life. I've had to just let that, let it just be where it's at, and be okay with it. We have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is Taurus energy. This could be family. This could be somebody in your soul family. This can also have to do with marriage as well. Maybe somebody's married. Maybe you're married. Someone else is married. Maybe that's one of the reasons why someone is not coming back. Someone can't come back. Someone can't come through because of a marriage. That could be it too. But this is some kind of a soul family energy or family. This is also about spiritual love, higher lessons, spiritual connections. I feel like maybe you and someone are spiritually connected. And even if you're not seeing them in the physical, there's something that's happening in some other realm. And maybe you are, and that's why we have this other world. It's like in this other world, you are forgiven. I've already forgiven you. I've already forgiven you. Even though we have not had this conversation in the physical, I've already forgiven you in this other world. So to me, it's just about frequencies, vibrations, or timelines just still not... It's just not matching up in the physical. But deep down, someone has already been forgiven. You've already forgiven someone is what I'm getting here. And the Hierophant is also about acting with integrity, doing the right thing. So someone may want to do the right thing and apologize to you, but they may also be respecting your space and your time and what you have going on now, which might be another reason they're not coming forward. So there's some kind of a message about that. It's just about being at peace with what is, being at peace with what's happened, what hasn't happened, and just the way that it's working itself out in some other realm right now. Okay? The Hierophant is also about a major spiritual lesson, spiritual education, spiritual understanding. There's something maybe that we don't understand for a reason. Maybe we're not meant to understand it right now. Maybe this understanding and wisdom will come at a later date. So it is about enjoying your life in the meantime and creating your own, like you create your reality. And so if you want to be happy, it's about creating that reality for yourself and not allowing your past pain and trauma to rule your present. So don't know what that's about. But anyways, that's what we have, you guys. That is the energy for today. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed these messages. This outline, like I said, wasn't mine, but I found it and I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. I wanted to do it. I felt compelled to do this today. So I hope it helps somebody out there and that it resonated. I'd love to hear what you guys think down below in the comment section. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did like it. All right, you guys. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.